Facebook used to be the cool social media platform that came and slapped around MySpace and put it in its grave. All your friends were using Facebook, everyone posting their status. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve me at my best. Posting pictures, talking to each other, it was the place to be. And then your parents and grandparents found it and it stopped being cool. Then it started to be all about how 5G reptilians faked the moon landing and the government's putting chemtrails in the sky that's destroying our sperm cells and shit like that. Over the years, Facebook has just become like Arkham Asylum for the criminally insane. A fucking disaster of a platform. And today, Facebook made its biggest announcement since it was revealed that they're selling all of your information to everybody ever. They announced that they're changing their name to Meta. Zuckerberg bot gave an inspired 40-second speech where he was once again devoid of even the most basic human emotion. He announced that Facebook is rebranding itself to fit more in line with where it sees itself in the future, and that future is the metaverse. I'm sure you've all heard of the metaverse by now since a lot of people have been talking about it, and a lot of older people seem really afraid of it. They're treating it like the next Y2K. You'll have like old Cletus and Ruth like, I'm fucking getting rid of these computers, god damn it, I knew they were from the devil. I'm strapping myself in, getting the shortwave radio out with my old double barrel meat cannon. Poof, poof. Bring it, metaverse, because they think they're gonna be fucking vaporized by it. But there's nothing to fear here. Just take it from Mark Zuckerberg himself. Let him explain it to you.
Today, we're gonna talk about the metaverse, starting with the most important experience of all, connecting with people.
Sorry to immediately interrupt here, but why would they have Mark Zuckerberg of all people talking about the human connection? This guy hasn't connected to a human being in the better part of a decade now. If I was part of the upper echelon of Facebook, the very first thing I would do would be to forbid Mark Zuckerberg from appearing in any promotional material involving Facebook. He just makes it seem like the company is run by actual robots and is completely soulless, which it absolutely is. But I mean, still, why have him be like your public speaker for the company? Talking about connecting to people. The only thing Zuckerberg is connected to in the last decade is the electrical outlets to charge his batteries.
Imagine you put on your glasses or headset and you're instantly in your home space. It has parts of your physical home recreated virtually. It has things that are only possible virtually.
Hey, are you coming?
Yeah, just gotta find something to wear. Alright.
I love how the in-game avatar looks more human than the real Mark Zuckerberg does.
Hi.
What's up, Ma?
Whoa, we're floating in space? Who made this place? It's awesome. The metaverse will be like. Imagine if you could be at the office without the commute. You would still have that sense of presence, shared physical space, those chance interactions that make your day all accessible from anywhere.
Yeah, if you've played VR chat before, you basically know what to expect with the metaverse here. That's the impression I get. Obviously, there's a little more to it, especially when it comes to the augmented reality elements, and I do think it's pretty cool, to be honest. Like, I think it's a cool idea if it was anyone but Facebook doing it, but I love the idea of you going to work and you have like a Ugandan Knuckles or Big Chungus skin, and your boss is like, what the fuck is this? And you're like, hey, I'm in my ideal workspace, baby. I'm connecting. I also absolutely love the idea, like the wet dream, of Mark Zuckerberg and his team having a serious meeting in the metaverse, and 4chan raids it like they did back in Habbo Hotel with the pools closed. They just come in, shut that shit down. Zuckerberg scrambling like, oh my god, get your meta blasters, we're going to war. And it becomes like some kind of all-out, like, absolute metaverse catastrophe. In the real world, there's not a huge chance that a Facebook meeting gets invaded by people wearing a Shia LaBeouf skin. But in the metaverse, I feel like that could happen at any moment. Facebook's not exactly known for their optimal security and privacy, so I feel like it's just a matter of time before people figure out how to, like, go into other people's work, kind of like how they already do on Zoom and just crash it. So that'll be pretty wild, and by far the most exciting part about the metaverse is being able to be advertised to right in your fucking shit. Like, right up in your shit, you'll be getting ads. Whether it's ads for, like, in-app purchases. Like he even mentions in the press conference, like, yeah, you won't even need a full TV. You can just buy like $1 TV and put it in your house. So just like all of these constant ads for all of these different items and utilities, as well as just different products. Shopping in the metaverse is probably going to be the most intrusive advertising of all time. I don't exactly know how that's going to look when it launches, but I am guessing it's going to be fucking rough. Just picture this, you're kicking back with the boys in the metaverse, you're watching basketball, you got a dope-ass house, you got it placed in the middle of Mordor, and then all of a sudden, football game goes out, bang, it's Zuckerberg, and he's got something to tell you. It's just like, fucking picture of Goatsy, he's like, hey Charles, we saw you visited Goatsy recently, you like spread buttholes, here's some butt plugs, you know, and you have to like exit out of it or wait 20 seconds for them to play their ad or something. It's like, damn, just ruined the whole mood. I was trying to watch football, and now I'm just getting blasted with ads. I imagine it's going to be big on advertising, since this is a way to feed an ad directly to you. It's really easy to ignore ads on a screen, but when you are in there, like in the fucking trenches, living it, I think it's going to be a lot easier to convince people to buy things they don't need. Like, just look at it in the real world. You can sell something to someone's face far easier than you can just passing out flyers or putting on like a commercial. So I think it's going to be a lot more successful from like brands and shit. And I feel like people are going to spend far more money in the metaverse than they currently do on Facebook. That's just a guess. I'm just speculating, but I do imagine that's going to be pretty huge there. Like I said though, overall, I love this future-y idea where we're all just really jacked into the fucking cyber mainframe. I think it's cool. I've always thought that would be cool and be able to do things in a virtual reality space. Though I don't know if Facebook is really the company to lead the charge and make it the best it can be. Facebook is probably the company I have the least amount of respect for. So it's not like I'm super happy that it's them that's leading this charge. But yeah, I can't call them Facebook anymore. They're Meta. Which, you know, maybe that name is scary enough to get people off of the platform. I know, like I said, old people are already afraid of the metaverse. So perhaps they'll just up and abandon Facebook entirely. Because like, oh my god, it's Meta. They're revealing the true colors. It's Demon 666 Meta. It's evil. We got to get the fuck out quick. So maybe just them changing their name to Meta was enough to scare people away. That'd be pretty fucking cool. But I mean, yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this real quick because I found it really fascinating that a company as large as Facebook would change their name like this. Now, of course, they're in so much hot water with all the crazy shit going on with Facebook right now and all of the trouble they're in. So I imagine maybe rebranding from Facebook to Meta was a way of like pushing all of that under the rug. So it's probably more than just like, hey, we believe in the metaverse so much. It's more like, hey, this is pretty helpful timing. Let's just change our name and hope people forget a lot of the stuff we are now being outed for. So that's probably the most likely scenario, the more I think about it, honestly. But I thought it was worth at least talking about anyway because, you know, everyone's heard of Facebook and now it's called Meta, which is a stupid name, to be honest. That's about it. So yeah.